So just I would like to know, do you use any AI tool to shortlist application, or whichever application you receive, you just go one by one?
Okay. To be
These days, actually, that ATS, that application tracking system, AI-based system, is used to shortlist the relevant candidate. So, do you use that type of tool?
I use a lot of filters initially. AI, I haven't used it yet,
Okay.
but I have been using filters. So because recently I posted one job, to that I got some 1,800 people. Within 1,800 people applied to it within one day. And the requirement was for 3 years experience.
So, you post your requirement on LinkedIn?
LinkedIn.
Okay.
And I got 1,800 people. Now to sift through all of this data, I use some basic filters, experience between, let's say, 2 years to 5 years, location. So all these things mattered. So then based on that, 1,800 became 40.
Oh.
And now 40, then I have to go through them and it becomes more.
So, which tool you use to come to 40?
LinkedIn itself offers a lot of filters.
So it automatically does good fit, maybe, and not a fit.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
So not a fit gets filtered. So when I use it as well, I've seen that a lot of people who are not a fit are probably a maybe also.
Yeah.
So you lose out on that many, but then it still does a basic job, fair job, based on the inputs that you have given as filtering questions.
Okay.
It does not use AI. It uses basically the questions that you have asked them for mandatorily to be answered, and then these individual candidates or applicants, they answer these questions, and you have made these mandatory things, right? So automatically it will filter out. But no AI tool is being used by LinkedIn, I believe, which filters the job description and qualification list summary and the bullet points to the candidate's resume per se. That is not happening. I think that will be a big game changer. Like
No,
you
I
were
would
saying, Tom.
like to add here. So this for the candidate also. So if you're a premium LinkedIn premium member, you can definitely experiment this, right? For candidates, there is an AI based tool they have included now, recently launched. So LinkedIn will tell you how probable are you into being a good fit, or what to change in your resume, or what skills you should add, so that you fall into that top notch applicants and you get reviewed.
But I have a small input there. You get a limited number of skills to choose to be on your profile, right? So you're basically, that's a different way of saying that you are not supposed to have more than these many skills.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
That I see is not
Those
fair.
are like 50 also odd skills you can add.
I think the
It's just
logic.
the skills that get endorsed for you on LinkedIn.
That is
Yeah.
Those are the skills that are matched. But that, so how, as in I use LinkedIn. I pay LinkedIn a bomb every year. So as in from that I'm telling you. So it just sorts by relevance. So you have like say 8 questions. Out of that 5 are mandatory. So it will first look at all the people who have all the 8. The must-haves and the good-to-haves. Then it will keep ranking down. So there is something that is sort by relevance. So that based on the questions, LinkedIn kind of sorts it. Apart from it, so that way it will be good. But then when you have the premium version, right, you can have a snapshot of the person, what companies he has worked on and all of that. So you might put 15 years of experience, but half of that will be in internship,
domain, right?
half of that will be in project work or something,
or a break also.
Yeah.
Or a break as well.
Break
right?
also,
So
correct.
typically what people do is like the year they passed out or they graduated or post-graduation, from there till 2024, they will probably see that, okay, how many number of years.
preparatory break that will also get added to your experience. So that is something that you do. And then to be very honest, right, if somebody says they get 500 applicants and goes through 500 applications, I believe they're great, okay, because nobody does it. So we want 5 candidates, we'll go through the top. The moment we get 5, we stop.
So, being a recruiter, you set those questions? You provide those questions to LinkedIn? Okay.
I ask a client, I ask what are the things that are important for you. There are reasonable set of restrictions on what kind of questions you can ask the candidate. So you cannot have any biases there. So we set questions that is realistic and little more I would say logical to ask. It's not very intrusive, and those kind of questions, and based on that we will do the filtration. So that kind of filtration we'll do. And I believe there is more supply. Like a job is posted, we post a job couple of hours back, 2 hours maybe we get 240 applicants. We'll have to pause the job or close the job for us to process these 240 before we reopen it. And there is also another way that where we post 3 jobs in one company and one candidate will apply for all the 3 jobs. So it's like, one is cybersecurity, one is data science, one is into electronics. He will apply for all the 3. How jobless you should be or how stupid you should be to apply for all the 3.
Now, actually, what also happens is, let's say you have selected 5 people. Now, the HR calls the 5 people, asking them for some information. Like this job has to have, you have to have experience on, let's say, one tool. Only if you have experience on that tool, we can consider you. So then the HR has to make the call, get that question, and then she may realize that, okay, maybe this is not the candidate. So you can save all that time by adding that question in the LinkedIn itself. So when somebody is applying, you will get to see, okay, they had no experience on that tool, we can't consider this learner.